Hey everybody, it's Virus still here. Today we're going to be playing Payday the Heist. We're going to go ahead and jump in, but first I want to show you just how hard difficulty can be. If you watch right here, I'm going to start up this multiplayer game, and the teammates that I'm with have already actually started playing, but I was a late joiner, um, and as soon as I spawn, I just get knocked to the floor by one of those guys on tasers. This difficulty is overkill. It's harder than hard. I like physically want to kill something when I play that. It's insanely difficult. I don't really know how you can get through it without being on Ventrilo or TeamSpeak or something like that. But it is possible. I've done it one time before with two of my friends. So there was a total of 3 of us, and then just some random stranger who was actually really responsive, talking in chat and all that kind of stuff. So it definitely is a lot of fun on multiplayer. But you kind of want to keep that in mind, that it's not entirely fun unless you kind of know the people you're playing with, or you're lucky enough to get in a game where the people are very responsive and don't suck ass and aren't firing into walls where there are no people and that sort of thing. A couple discrepancies I have with the game are that sometimes I find that the AI enemies online either bug out and just like crouch down and don't do anything, or they'll look at you but they won't shoot. It's like they're kind of on acid, and they really have no interest in you other than to look at you because you're a beautiful creation. But you know, we're not on acid. We're trying to get some bucks here. This heist is actually pretty fun. You steal this briefcase, and this little punk-ass bitch steals it, so you're trying to go after him. He's across the street over there in this van that's flipped over. And the objective is to find some gasoline and burn that bitch out of there. But as you'll see, it gets pretty challenging. I find that this game gets monotonous. There's a lot of just sitting behind a corner and shooting cops and that sort of thing, but I don't know. I guess that's what Left 4 Dead is too. It's just sitting behind buildings and stuff and blazing down zombies. It's kind of the same thing, but it's different in its own aspect. It's got a completely different feel than Left 4 Dead, although I feel like it's pretty heavily based on L4D. There are some really cool aspects, like the way the cops and stuff will approach you, like you just saw those guys rappelling down the lines, and the visuals and such look great, as you'll see. Each heist has something different to it. For instance, this one, after we burn this guy out of the van, we are trying to sorry, losing focus. What we're trying to do is burn this guy out of the van so we can take the briefcase back from him. In a different heist, you're breaking into a skyscraper vault, and you have to steal the CFO and like kidnap him and get him to give you the diamonds and stuff. So there's a basic underlying objective for each one, which is to make bank and bounce. But overall, the levels change and kind of progress as you move through them. I almost shat myself when that dude ran through that crate. I don't know if you guys do, but sometimes if I'm like playing in the dark and it's kind of loud and I'm in a quiet scene or something, and then all of a sudden people start firing, I like jerk, and my mouse goes flying and I'll die and be really angry. But just like this, if a guy were to pop out, I'd probably deuce myself. The police come in waves, and sometimes if they're the SWAT or those tasers guys like you see there, they can get pretty intense, so you kind of have to stay behind cover and that sort of thing depending on the difficulty level you're at. Watch me get tased here in a second. For some reason I can't seem to kill this guy. Maybe I'm just like slightly retarded and whatnot, but I think getting tased would suck nutsack. I don't know. Have you guys ever been tased? Probably would blow. If you're running low on ammo and don't have an ammo bag to throw down, you can just kind of run over, like, it's almost like you have scavenger on in Call of Duty. It's that sort of thing. Just run over the enemies and you kind of pick up some ammo.
Keep going! Hurry! Go, go, go! Hey, fellas! Come with me! Nobody move! Hey, the fuck down! I got no ammo! Somebody, ammo back!
If you kind of notice, it is sort of reminiscent of Left 4 Dead because the character right there, the objective, kind of has that orange glow around it, and that stuff happens in Left 4 Dead, but nonetheless it's still a very fun game. I would definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun online. If you're into multiplayer shooters, this is definitely one for the books. And like I said, it's only $20 on Steam. Once again, my name is Virsil. Thank you for watching. If you have a game you'd like to see reviewed and played and so forth, just go ahead and give me a shout out in the comments. I'll hit you right back. Thanks.